Welcome back to Low Budget D&D. I'm Oliver, and this is episode 2.
Hi, Oliver.
Hi, Jacob. Notice that we have a new camera angle.
That's a new camera angle.
You're not noticing the new camera angle.
That new camera angle?
That new camera angle,
That's
isn't that
new
cool?
camera angle.
Doesn't it give a really good view of all of us sitting here at the table playing D&D?
It's pretty stupid.
Yeah, the light bulb does kind of suck, but we're going to ignore that.
Slow budget, don't look at it.
Okay, so last time when we left off, all of our adventurers were just preparing to set out from the town of Nomek to adventure to the capital of Pholas. So, where do we begin?
In the wagon.
I think we just left the town of Nomek.
I think we just leveled
Yeah,
up. I think we just leveled and left the town.
I
and
do
are
think you
starting to
guys
head to
did
the city.
gain some significant worldly experience and power, and now you guys are setting out on your adventure, your first adventure together.
Hey, Z, do you mind if we take a look at that staff that you found?
Yeah, sure.
You didn't mind?
I can't really find anything else about it.
Unless you meditate with it for a day like a magic item.
Yeah, I
Well,
plan
short
on doing
rest.
that at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Will she give it
Or a
to the
short rest?
yeah, it's a short rest as well.
Can I meditate with my item?
Yeah,
while
let's
I
just stop what we're doing so
Yeah.
we can stare at the rod for a long
Well,
time.
no,
I'm
it's
gonna
not
stare at
meditating
it.
per se, it's you're not focusing on much else, which I'm going to allow within a short rest. So, I'm allowing short rest in a sense to be venturing in normal terrain at a normal pace without any extenuating circumstances.
So I can
It's,
meditate with my stick.
Yes,
It's a plus
Or
one.
you-
So like just vibing equals short rest.
exactly. So long as you're not doing anything strenuous or overly taxing, you're able to take a short rest.
Would you like me to read off the name that you gave?
Yes, go for that.
See if I can find it.
Mine was just another addition to damage, right?
Well, it's also
So
to
you
hit.
can do sort of
To
danger.
hit.
It's 2 hit and damage.
I had Rod of the Pax Keeper, +1.
Yeah, so now you know that this rod, you get a bonus to spell attack rolls and the spell DC of warlock spells specifically when holding the rod. So it's a +1 rod for warlock spell casting, and also in addition to that +1 bonus, as an action you can regain 1 warlock spell slot while holding the rod.
So who of us is going to be Warlock?
Yeah, I've decided
What
I'm
happens
gonna
to-
It's
Well,
also
yeah,
you're able
he's
to
gonna go
sell
up.
that rod.
4.
You don't know.
We can
What
we-
happened to the
I think-
danger sword?
We should give
Huh?
it to
What happened
the.
to
I have-
sword
Colin
that
has that.
danger?
We should give it to.
We should.
He's not a warlock.
Vinny?
I'm a bard.
None of us are warlocks at
Colin's
this
gonna
moment.
multi-class into a Warlock.
You are?
So, or you're not?
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Is my sword silent apparently?
Your sword has been silent. It hasn't. It's really. I mean, it's only been a few hours since you guys set out from Nomek, and the sword
Wow.
hasn't uttered a word since then. Yes. Also, as
now
you.
I think it's accurate.
Huh?
As of now, I think it's accurate.
Yes, as of now, it is accurate. Yeah.
I forgot
So
what you named my sword, so I just called it the Shocking Saber for alliteration purposes.
no, it's a scimitar +1. It doesn't have a name actually.
I'm naming it the Shocking Saber for alliteration purposes.
It's not a saber though. It's a scimitar.
I don't
The
remember.
shocking
It's
scimitar.
I don't remember.
That would work
You're just
too.
supposed to say when.
Oh, yeah. You're right. I should've
Okay,
said that.
and to reiterate, Colin, the sword that you found, it is a sword of warning, so it will warn when danger is near.
Isn't this some call back here?
Yes, a scimitar of warning. Thank you.
Can I reforge this sword at a blacksmith into a clear
I
sword?
have a forger kit.
No, it's a magic item. You aren't going to be able to
Can
change
I-
its appearance.
Can I rename it a scimitar of saying for alliteration
I want to
purposes?
hand Louise Weather.
A scimitar of saying?
Yeah, because it says stuff.
Sure, I will allow that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We can call it with the cool swords.
Vinny's going to try to test that scimitar if it works, and I'm going to punch Colin.
Okay, roll to hit.
Hog. I missed.
That'll be a nat 17, so it's a 23 hit Colin.
Okay.
That's me.
So what is unarmed? It's like D4 or
It's
something like
a
that, right?
D4.
No,
D4.
I want to see if this thing says anything.
Well, yeah, roll damage real quick.
3 plus dead.
Strength.
Cool. 3 damage.
Okay, So, Colin, you now take 3 damage, and your sword... Your sword...
Who's Colin?
Abdul, you take 3 damage.
Ah! Oh,
And,
how did you get hit, Abdul? You're on a cart.
Well, Vinny is quite distant from you. For an unarmed strike,
did he not move up to the cart?
I don't see his mini by the cart.
This isn't combat, though, really. It was... Yeah.
I'm not
And,
medicating
as you
I
guys
moved in at
continue
the board
along
for
the
current
road to the
locations.
capital,
I don't think you know what medicating is, you dumbass.
as you guys continue along the road to the capital, Abdul's sword, a few minutes later, just says, "I told you so."
Abdul, why is your sword talking to you?
You have a special bond with that sword, scimitar of saying.
Ah,
I think we might need to figure out what the hell these people
like
why
my
these people have
is it-
such weird weapons on them.
Is it like my shocking scimitar that doesn't do any lightning damage, but
Yes.
moved me a little shockingly?
So,
Earlier you were calling it.
So unless you guys are doing anything else along the road to the capital today, you're going to be reaching roughly between 1/3 and half of the way to the capital, and you're going to need to set up camp for the night.
Alright.
Question: what is
Yes.
pulling the cart?
A horse.
That is
It's a
not true.
mule.
It's a
Because
mule.
they're not the
Mule.
same thing.
They are. One's a
They
horse
are.
and one's a mule.
Tell me the difference. Exactly.
Mule
It's
is
bred
the
from a horse and a
offspring of
donkey.
horse and a donkey. It's a fucking
Sounds like a
bastard
horse.
mix of races.
Sounds like a horse.
It's like
well,
calling a
it looks
donkey
like
a horse.
donkey.
Like me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
like
like you.
it's the same.
I'm gonna sleep in my
Are you
wagon.
saying
You're sleeping in the wagon?
I'm sleeping in the wagon.
Okay. Where does everyone else want to set up camp? So position yourselves accordingly to where you're setting up camp. And as always, we'll be treating this as winding down from the day. Your armor will not be worn. Any swords, any weapons you have of any kind will be to your side. They will not
Okay.
be immediately
Let's
ready.
play it.
I'm gonna unsheath my swords. Be like,
Let's play this strategically. Let's have a 6-hour night's sleep with each of us taking a different hour.
Okay, I want to
Stand guard.
sleep under the cart.
Under the cart?
Yeah,
I
Okay.
wanna take first shift.
First, okay.
I'll take second.
I'll take third.
I'm gonna lay next to the mule
I'll
because
take
it's looking
last
pretty
shift.
cute.
Last shift,
And I'm
okay.
gonna mold earth like a little tent.
First shift
is it like- Can I get like
It'll stay for an hour, that's it.
Then you don't have.
Shit you.
Then you have to
It's
wait
true,
on
that's
that.
how
And
the
I
mold
got
earth works.
For an hour and then it collapses and suffocates it.
Yup.
Alright, I'm gonna watch
I'll
the.
feel a little
What is the
airplay up
duration of Molder?
1 hour.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna sleep.
To make it last.
I'm gonna sleep leaning up against the wheel of the cart.
Okay.
wagon wheel.
Just put me next to the cart. I don't really care what else. Like, me and the boys sleeping around the cart.
Actually, I'm gonna make like a little like what?
I
We'll
thought
put
you
my
were
like
under the cart.
armor and weapons down and then like
Put earth over them?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, as you guys are preparing for sleep, you're taking care of your weapons, your armor, you're honing your blades, and you're all getting into positions for sleeping. Ost is covering his weapons and armor with dirt. Everyone is winding down for the night,
That's
and
like
you're taking your shifts
I'll
on
get
watch.
more when we
And
wake up.
all in all, nothing eventful happens. Around midnight, maybe 1 in the morning, you hear some wolves howl, but it's just an ambience of the forest, and there's nothing of note.
Can I
Yes, yes.
It's no more.
I would like to put on my leather armor and sheath my scimitars.
Okay.
I'd like to eat my first day of rations.
Okay.
I would also like to eat one of my day of rations.
I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to sheath my sword.
Sheath your swords. Okay.
I'm gonna chomp on some bread.
Bread. Okay.
Full lengthy rolls,
Yeah.
we'll say. 'Cause I'm a big boy.
I'll say a lengthy roll. Yeah.
I'm going to
Uh,
get rid of the
the
parchment.
Yeah.
Do you have
Yeah.
water skins? How much water do they have in relation to rations?
it's like 2 liters or something.
I'll say, for travel purposes, you're also able to find streams and such like that relatively frequently. And setting up camp for the night, you can easily boil water if you want to
Wait.
purify it.
We haven't looked off the road, so is there streams crossing the road? Is
Uh,
there bridges?
No, there are
Is there
times that the
trolls
stream.
under the bridges?
There are times that streams or rivers of some sort will come a little bit closer to the road, but for the most part, the road will wind around with rivers. People don't generally want to invest in bridges in the rural countryside of Regisan.
You should form the rivers. Hang on. I'm also going to put my javelins on my back.
Okay.
Hand axes are going on the belt, and great axe in the hand.
Okay.
Okay, barbarian.
I'm gonna like just kind of clean out my
But
shit,
also
pick
no
it
leather
up,
on,
top
by
it
the
up,
way.
shit,
Yeah, I'm
or
gonna
shot.
do that.
Are you guys really not going to eat your?
Oh,
Don't give me
and
any
this
advantage
guy's
otherwise.
Are you guys really not going to eat your first day of rations?
Oh, do you have
I mean,
armor?
Because you only need a pound of food a day.
It varies. It can be anything from, a primitive oatmeal of sorts to bread to
I'll
anything
just
like
take
that.
out like a thing of bread.
I'm launching down my bread.
Alright, I ate my 1 pound of food.
Yep.
Is there any animals nearby?
You'd have to roll survival and see if
I'm
they're around.
here.
Oh wow!
Can I roll survival for some rabbits?
Sure.
It's in Burn Plains, right?
Yes.
So that's probable. 21.
A 21. Okay, yeah. You easily find a rabbit. Really, as you're just looking around, it hops to your feet, and you can grab it. There's a rabbit.
Can I grab it?
You did grab it.
I grabbed it.
Yeah.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, there's a rabbit?
I want to decapitate it with a hand axe.
Okay.
Dude, wibble wobble wibble.
You now
wobble.
have a decapitated
Wobble,
rabbit
wibble,
in your
wobble,
hand,
wibble,
and
wibble,
as you
wibble.
brought the hand axe around to just sever its head, it squirms around in your hand, and its dying throes are they're gonna be horrific.
Hey, Z, you better use all that rabbit. You better use all of it.
Yeah,
Why
who
don't
wants
you
some
snap it?
breakfast?
I'll take some rabbit.
Can I take a pound of that
got some-
rabbit?
Vinny,
You guys
take the
already
testicles. I got some bread.
Sure.
You want
Some additional
bread?
protein would
Some
never
Can I
bread?
roll for
We can make
survival?
some stew.
Can I roll for survival?
Yeah, let's make some stew. We
You're
have some-
probably gonna
we
wanna
have
be setting out
some-
for the day
We
fairly
have a
soon.
pot.
We have
Do we have fire? Fire's pretty easy to make. I got a little pot.
Let's just rub a bunch of wood together.
Since that was a long rest or a short rest?
That was a long rest.
Okay, sweet.
Oh,
so,
I got my health back.
So everyone would be fully healed, spell slots would be restored, all of that.
Do any of us have spell slots at the moment?
Yes.
no.
I mean, expand any.
Yes. So unless there's any very quick things you'd like to do before packing up camp for the day,
Eat rabbit.
eat rabbit.
Yeah, so we need some
I'm
water.
gonna
We're
watch.
gonna need some, some vegetables or something, I don't know, like some potatoes.
All of them.
Yeah, look around for some
taters.
Kush.
Let's
Yes.
just leave.
We can get some
We can eat
water.
the rabbit for dinner.
Some of us
It's
have
gonna
had
spoil.
breakfast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch you to make sure he doesn't leave like anything, like bones, leather, the head. You
Okay.
have to use all of it somehow. Otherwise, I will murder you in your sleep.
Including the
And I
water.
will say, because you are a disguised furbolg, you are going to lean into your natural inclination to preserve nature, and you are going to use all of that rabbit.
Very cool.
Yes,
I'm gonna make a puppet out of the head.
Preserving
Okay.
nature.
It's gonna be my little friend. His name's gonna be Frederick.
You have a very, you now have a very crudely made puppet. It really looks like just rabbit pelt, just kind of haphazardly sawed off of a rabbit's carcass, as it was,
Oh.
and just
Ironic.
stuck to a rabbit head. Not really sewn there. It's just kind of pressed in with a little bit of force, and it's just cinched onto a decaying rabbit head. And you now have Frederick. Hi guys.
Frederick!
Hey, can I roll for a unarmed hit?
No.
It's fake.
If you declare an unarmed strike, yes, but do you want to?
On Frederick, yes.
You should learn.
Oh,
Don't hit Frederick.
How many hit points does Frederick have?
Frederick is a carcass. It's not alive. It doesn't have
You could be
hit
like,
points.
no.
Really? Then why is it talking?
I'm gonna
Frederick,
investigate
calm
why it's
yourself.
talking.
Huh?
Frederick.
I'm gonna
I'm
roll.
gonna start
Can I
taking that
roll?
word.
Can I figure out? Can I try to figure out how it's talking?
Yeah, so I'm gonna have you roll insight of a sense.
Hey,
I'll just identify on. Question: Can we
Let
pause
me
this
get the
session
written
so Dylan can roleplay murdering a rabbit and making a puppet?
Huh?
Can we pause this session so we can roleplay this?
I haven't seen any rabbits out in the yard.
Well,
We
you
saw
didn't
rabbits
roll
the
for
other
that.
day.
You can use Ozzy.
You're right.
yeah, let's use Ozzy.
I know.
Alright.
Okay, so you're rolling insight in order to see if you can figure out how Frederick is talking.
Okay.
Wow, I put that shit.
Huh?
So, roll a
No.
19, modded 19.
Yeah, so you're going to see that Frederick is attached to Z in some way, and as you see Z's, very beefy arms start like moving, you can see the muscles twitching. It's very clear that Z is moving the rabbit's head.
Z, are you moving Frederick yourself?
No.
Are you
Well,
sure?
Frederick is my friend.
Hey,
I'm actually gonna have you roll deception in order to try and deceive Jacob.
Does
real
he have to
quick.
make a saving throw?
In order to deceive Rin, yes. Is it charisma saving throw? Yes.
He had a 3.
Plus 1.
So you got a 4, and what is the charisma save going to be?
Oh,
Rin?
that's a roll. Yes, you're right. I don't have advantage. Oh, that's a little low.
It's probably not as low as me.
That'll be a 2.
Oh, hey, so you
no,
do
sorry, I lied. It'll be a modded 4, I think.
There goes the defender.
In this case, I'm just going to say that you think that you fooled Rin, and Rin, you think that Z is moving Frederick, and you're just not really going to talk about that now, because you've each found a resolution.
Can I roll for sleight of hand so that I could take that puppet, Frederick, away?
I think we've spent a good amount of time in
So I can end
camp.
it.
I'm
I
gonna
want to
hop
end
back
it.
on the
You
wagon.
decapitated
Hopping on the
alive.
wagon and prepping the mule, okay?
I just want to end it. I want to kill Frederick.
You want to kill Frederick.
How does
By
that
using my
rabbit
sleight of
still
hand and taking
breathe?
him away and throwing him
Me
into
and the
the pond.
boys went all over.
Roll sleight of hand, and you're going to roll a dex save.
7.
You're gonna have to deal with Andrew if you throw him in the pond.
I got 9.
15.
No!
Okay. So as Argesh just darts out his hand to try and grab Frederick, Z is going to execute a very elegant spin, and Frederick's coat is gonna fly around in the breeze created as Z
Frederick's
twirls
wearing a
around.
coat?
Yeah,
No,
Frederick's
the
just a
rabbit
man.
coat, like the fur of the rabbit.
He has a
No, but that's the
coat
part of
made
the body on
rabbits.
the ground.
Huh?
That's on the ground. That's his body.
No, the fur is on the head. That's
Oh,
how
that
it
part.
disguises part of your arm. Yes.
So what you're saying is he's
So
gonna
like
he's gonna turn around and there's gonna be like a slight mist of blood that follows.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Alright, guys, Frederick's hungry. We should make some rabbit
All,
stew.
all aboard.
Okay. So as you all are getting ready for the
Taking the
day's
carcass.
travels, okay,
I'll describe more later.
okay. So you guys are traveling along the road, and it's been a few hours. It's now mid-morning.
Socks old, but now I have a rabbit head.
It's now mid-morning, and as you're traveling along the road, you see someone being assaulted by what looks like a selection of small trees or bushes, and he's crying out, just seemingly in pain.
Do you need help?
You can just hear him screaming. He's just
What?
ah!
Wait,
I wanna
they're bushes.
wow!
They're
Are you
bushes, yes.
okay?
They're
Fucking
bushes, yes.
weakling!
That's not
They're
nice.
bushes, yes.
They appear to be some sort of animated shrubbery.
Did somebody
I'm
say
gonna yell them
advantage
stop.
on
Did you
charisma
say
checks to
animated
influence
shrub?
BC
I'm gonna
plants?
yell to them stop.
You're gonna yell to them
Because
stop.
they can understand me.
Before Andrew does
Beast
dumb
and
stuff.
Beast and Leaf.
It's true.
If we're both do that.
We can't understand them, but they can understand
You
us.
can't understand them, but
They
okay.
can't really give a response, but they'll understand us.
Let me check.
It's like
if
knowing
I-
enough French
Are
to
we
say,
both
I want to
just
have a
gonna, like,
sandwich, but they don't know how to sit, or you don't know how to respond to how much money. Or, yes.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just gonna yell stop and kind of walk up to them.
I haven't gotten
Maybe.
You should, right?
So you're trying to scream at them to stop.
It's just like in a really intimidating deep voice, and while walking up to them.
Okay. I'm gonna have you roll intimidation. I would suppose. Okay.
18.
Okay. And okay, so you can see one of them just kind of hesitates, and he does walk off into the grasslands off to the side, and you can't see him anymore. He's gone. So there are now 4 plants assaulting this poor guy. Walking up to them?
I want to walk up.
We're gonna experience a sneak attack.
Sneak attack?
Can I roll for a sneak?
No, from that one guy.
Oh.
I'm gonna stealth behind one of them.
Alright.
They
As
know
I
you're
walk
there.
up,
You
Am I
can't stealth.
there yet?
Huh?
Am I there yet?
Yes,
I'm
but
passing the other way.
hang on. Combat's starting. You're gonna have to roll initiative.
Initiative time.
It's
let's
not
get this.
like even that they're not expecting you to attack.
Yeah, you're gonna hit the die. Is that the
So move yourselves up to combat,
What you do. It's
or a little ways out.
I'm already there, aren't
Yeah, or you're 10 feet away, we'll say.
Okay, give me that. Give me my character.
Or wait.
Okay,
Actually, I'm just gonna sit on the cart because nobody's there, just to make sure. Eating my bread.
Okay, everyone roll initiative.
Let's do it. 7.
Okay.
Not one.
12.
4.
13.
4.
Okay, so was Milan highest then, right?
Oh, and how much health? 23. I'm at 23 as well.
We're just gonna say you go first.
Okay.
Okay,
Right.
who was next highest after all of those? Okay.
You good?
Wait, what?
You said you had a 4, I have a 4. For initiative?
I got a 4.
I got a 4.
Yeah.
And we have the same amount of health.
Yes. Who got lowest after 12 or highest after 12? Okay.
That's gonna be Jacob.
So what do you get again?
7.
7. Okay.
I crit failed.
Crit failed. Okay. So, Argesh Tone Pull, you're gonna take your action first.
At this point, I want to make sure it's clear that I have my greatsword out.
Yes,
Sorry
yes.
for the rest.
You all readied whatever weapon you're going to be using as you approach the fight.
I'm gonna attack him double, two-handed with my greatsword.
Okay.
Well, 15 hit.
Yes, a 15 will hit.
Sweet.
So roll damage.
2d6 plus 4 slashing.
The AC is a maximum of 14.
11.
11? Okay. So you said a greatsword, right?
Yeah.
Your greatsword, it passes around and it just cleaves some twigs in half, floating around within this around this beast, and then bites into the wood that is at its center, and you can see the light just go out in its eyes, and it's just gonna fall to the ground, and the twigs are gonna fall, and it's just gonna look like a dead log now, really. Difficult terrain, yes. Okay. Rin, it's now going to be your turn.
Sweet.
Thank you, sir.
Up here. Roll to attack with my magic sword.
Okay. Short sword, yeah.
That will be a 14 to hit.
14 to hit? Okay. That will hit.
Max AC of 13.
That'll be
8
8.
damage? Okay, so you said you were swinging with a short sword.
Yeah, I'm gonna stab with it.
Stab with a short sword?
Yeah.
Okay. So you just, there's a knot right about where a humanoid's chest would be, and you pass right through all of the twigs around it, and your short sword pierces deep within the chest area of this being, and all of the twigs around it just kind of shrivel, and it decays in front of your eyes.
It can't keep its wood up.
I'm laughing.
I'm laughing too.
Alright, Vinny, it is now your action.
I'm gonna walk up here.
And then I'm gonna swing with my first scimitar.
Scimitar, okay.
Damn it, I'll fire those. That'll be a nat 19.
Okay, that'll hit.
8 for the first hit. And then I'll use my dual initiative to attack him.
I'm gonna retcon where you went because I said this one died.
Oh. Okay.
I was wondering
You went there, we're gonna say.
Cool. Well, 8 damage to the first attack, and then I'll...
Okay, so that one is going to die. You're swinging with a scimitar.
Yep.
And that's going to catch some of the twigs around it. There's a branch sticking out of its side, and it just cleaves right through it, and just shaves off all of the bark along its front, and it's just gonna emit like sap of a sort, and just die right in front of you.
Can I cross on the body?
You don't know what that is.
Don't get sappy with me now.
Are you just gonna have like funny punchlines for all the deaths?
That wasn't funny.
I'm kind of rooted.
You're right.
Fit the situation at
I'm
all.
kind of rooted in this cause.
I don't know if
Okay.
I like fighting nature
Refunds.
So
when it's harming a man.
They should really.
So now
leave it
this
alone.
this tree will move right here, and it's going to swing.
Let's go, bitch.
All right, so it's going to swing its claw twig arms at you. Will a 13 hit?
It will not.
It will not. Okay.
Caveman.
That's going to be all he's able to do. So
I wish I had an attack of opportunity.
it is now the man that was being assaulted's turn, and he's going to turn into a little jackal human hybrid type thing, and he's a monstrous looking creature. And,
Oh hell no! Oh shit, a rat.
except it's not a rat. It's
a jackal.
it's a jackal human type thing.
It's a rat.
Egyptian.
It's a really strange looking creature, and it just
It's a doll.
yeah. What is that? It's
thing.
bizarre to you, if you
Like,
will.
does it? I know. Does it look like the Egyptian kind of thing, like human body jackal head?
Not really. No, it's
No, like
more
it's
of
like
a
Furry.
Like
kind of.
pure jackal kind of looking thing, almost. Sure.
in a
Jackal
sense.
made of
It's as if a
Tribal?
tabaxi, except
No,
patches of the body are just there's no hair, and in one eye is more of a jackal's eye, and one is a very clear and distinct blue human eye.
So
I
it's
feel
more like he's a
offended.
failed science experiment gone wrong.
You can call it that,
Are
yes.
you making fun of me?
Yeah, I am.
Fuck you!
Z, it will now be your action.
It's like his
Boy.
fursuit.
That doesn't
You
seem
damn
human.
furry. You cleaned that shit with
Try to speak to this
Clorox.
said man that is transformed.
You can try.
I can try. As a reaction,
It's a free action, yes.
I need to think.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna say, what have you become?
You just howls this strange. It sounds like there's an undertone of that, child's wolf cry or dog barking. There, a mimicry of animals, and above that, there's this overtone of just sheer animal fury.
Guys, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Kick him. Kick his ass, buddy. You got it.
The big boy?
Kill him.
Kill him. Kill him.
First, kill the twig guy that's right next to me. Then we can take care of the big one.
Or just kill the big boy
Is
first.
it a werewolf?
We don't know how much health it has. Unless you want to roll for
I
perception.
feel like it's more.
That doesn't tell you how much health it has.
Investigation?
Nope.
Insight?
You can't
Nothing.
ever know.
Kill the big boy first.
But do you know he's evil?
No, but I don't want to kill a
Yeah.
bush.
Kill the bush.
Yeah, you have to kill the bush.
Or yell at the bush to run away.
It was hostile.
Wouldn't you say the bush?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my whole
Collapse in the fatal.
speaking to plants thing.
Okay.
And
So this will be the last bit of speaking I'll allow you to do
Yeah.
as free action.
and I'm just gonna scream at it, the plant bush thingy, and say, "Run away now."
Run away. Okay, I'm gonna have you make an intimidation check.
It's crit fail.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put this out there. The plant crit success, It rolled a nat 20, and this plant is just, it's going to turn to you with this cold eyes, and it's just staring directly at you.
Oh god.
Just, it feels like it's piercing into your soul. Just, you can't control nature.
Shoot.
Okay, so that's the last of your free action. What would you like to do for your turn?
Did I see that happen?
Can I just take myself out of the
I was
order?
watching.
I'll say that you can see that. Yeah.
Was that his full
Can I
action?
yell at Z like,
Was that his last
what, are
piece
you
of
afraid of a
Yes.
bush?
Fine, I'm gonna charge at the bush.
You're gonna charge at the bush? Okay.
Push a bit after a
I'm gonna declare reckless attack.
Reckless attack. Okay.
Just cause he said that.
Yeah.
Advantage on melee, yeah. So, well, I already have it.
It's just advantage doesn't stack. So.
Yeah, I know. It made no sense to do that.
Well, does it give you Does it give you attack damage?
No, it just gives you advantage.
Oh,
Rage
is that-
gives you damage.
Rage gives you the extra. That's
so
right.
a little stupid, but it's fine. So that's a 24 for the first and a 19 on the other.
All right, so that's gonna hit.
10 damage.
Okay.
With a great axe.
So your great axe, it acts as a massive woodcutter's axe. You swing it down on this what looks like a stump to you now, and it's just cleaved in half. Your fury at this plant for treating you as it did, just you channel it into your strike, and this stump is now 2.
I still have just the image in my mind of just the thing staring at me, just being like, bruh.
Okay. So yeah, that it kind of died a little bit, just a tiny bit of death from that stump.
Probably had 4 hit points.
It did have 4 hit points.
The lighter
An
blue.
AC of 11.
13.
Wait, is that naked guy's attack?
Yes. Okay. So Z has taken his action. So Abdul, it is now your turn.
Take them out. I would like to note what is occurring in my dictionary.
Okay, so that's going to take your turn, and as you write down the tale of your companions taking down these monstrous shrubs and this man turning into a beast of sorts, you are struck with an odd sense of contentness, and you feel happy, and I'm going to give you an inspiration for that. Because he's serving his god. Get it, guys? Because he's serving his god.
Can I still move?
You can move, yes. Action doesn't constitute movement, so you still have your movement for the turn.
I just want to get a closer view of what is occurring with
Okay.
this guy.
So Abdul has now taken his action. So, Ost, it is now your turn.
I'm gonna just kind of. I assume I finished eating, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take out my scroll case of my study notes that I've always had, and I'm gonna like kind of look through my page on like animals.
Okay.
Have I seen anything on it?
You haven't seen this specific beast. You can tell, as most of your party has, that appearance is somewhat similar to a jackal of sorts. But that's quite common knowledge within the world.
Dude, do we have a snoot?
Of a sort, really. It's more that this man's nose has grown just a slight amount and appears to have the slightly hard exterior of what will soon become a snout.
Okay,
It's gonna become a snout.
can I just say? Can you understand me in common? Does he like?
So when you say that, it's going to be pretty much the same as what happened when Z was talking. It's really just going to be a howl of just fury at all of you. Huh?
Speech?
No, it's just a howl. That's it. It's an expression of fury.
Okay. That's it then.
That's all you're doing for the turn? Okay. Argesh, it will now be your turn.
Oh, yes, sorry. I was just looking up some languages to see what it might be, but after you described it,
Yes,
kind of
it's not a language of any sort, I will tell you that for sure. For a fact.
This sounds kind of crazy.
It's similar to a person just screaming out in pain, an expression, just a gasp of sorts.
Does he look damaged from the bushes?
Nothing, no.
Alright.
Why did we come?
It appeared that he was being assaulted. Yep.
Okay, well, can I do a speaking action?
Yes, of course.
Can anybody here try and log these? Well, specifically, do you think you can log these enemies for future reference, so we can study them later on if we encounter them one more time?
I got you. I don't.
What about the guy with the dictionary?
Do I have extra paper in my scroll case of studies?
Huh?
Do I have like a paper and pen with my scroll case?
It's not your action, so you wouldn't be able to do that at the time. Colin, or excuse me, Abdul already took notes on the encounter, so after the fact, you guys will most probably discuss it. That comes later.
Okay, then I will grapple the being.
You're going to
and
grapple?
I'm gonna hold it down first.
Hold it down, okay. So I'm gonna have you
Probably
Yeah.
to him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're not on him. Okay, so I'm gonna have you roll a strength check.
He's a personal kid.
15.
No, so you're going to be grabbing for, I assume his neck, correct?
More just grabbing him so that
He can't move.
yeah.
So as you're reaching for this beast, he's going to turn around and just swing your arms to the side, and you're not going to be able to grapple him. So, now that Argash has taken his turn, Rin, it will now be your action.
Here. I'm gonna roll a hit with me sword.
With your sword? You're not taking that.
Oh. Will a 25 hit?
A 25 will hit, I'm sorry to tell you.
Darn. That will be a good solid 8 damage.
8 damage? Okay.
And then I'm going to use a key to get myself 2 unarmed strikes. And
Okay.
I'm going to use my bonus action to do another unarmed strike, so that's 3 in total.
3 total, okay.
So I'm going to roll the first one. Will a 16 hit?
Yes, a 16 will hit.
No, I am using unarmed strike. Yes, I am using 4 blows. But not right now. This is an unarmed strike of extra attack.
That's the bonus.
That'll be 5 damage.
Months. It's not extra attack per se, you get an unarmed strike with an attack.
Is your bonus action. You can't have.
That counts as the bonus for using the key. That's why I was describing it all to the DM.
I'm not very familiar with monk
I'm
rules.
not.
If someone else knows monks better than me,
Yeah, I know. That's why.
attack and then
Yes.
gets the flurry of blows.
That's why.
but does he also get the normal unarmed strike that he would get with a regular attack with monk weapon?
That's just
Yes.
a bonus action.
You have 1 bonus action. And flurry of blows takes out 1 bonus action.
That's what I was assuming that, but I wanted to run it by all of you.
Time
Don't
to
know
fire
monks,
on
I don't.
Jacob, just like we did on the one.
Yes.
Oh, sorry about that again.
Oh no,
Yeah,
that's
no,
fine.
it's-
That was more
yeah.
of a learning experience rather than something to be.
And the second hit is a modded. What is it?
8?
8.
8 will not hit, I'm
I
afraid.
did not think you would.
Okay. So, is that all for your action this turn?
That is.
Okay. So, it will now be Vinny's action.
Alright, well, Vinny's. Oh, wait, on. I was like, wrong Vinny. Vinny will walk up, and Vinny will swing with his scimitar. 18 to hit.
18, that will hit, yes.
8 damage for the first attack.
8 damage, okay.
And then I will use. Who will they have a force attack weapon?
A 10 will not hit, I'm afraid.
Alright.
Okay, so, as of now, you guys have taken a chunk out of this guy. He's slowing down a little bit, it would seem. But, he hasn't fallen yet. And, he's now going to, swing at Vinny, actually. So,
Put a knife in him off the cap of it.
Take aim down.
he's going to lunge at you and attempt to bite you with his, partially formed, teeth and fangs. So will a 14 hit?
No.
No? A 14 will not hit? Okay. And then in his hands... Or no. Nope, that's not it. He's going to bite you again. And I'm assuming an 8 will not hit. It will, yeah. Okay, so I'm rolling damage now, because an 8 hits. Okay, so that's
Always.
all for his turn. Z, now take your action.
Time to chunk. I'm gonna reckless attack. No, I'm not.
You're not gonna reckless
I'm
attack.
not, 'cause
Okay.
I have advantage. I'm stupid.
Okay.
I said nothing.
You didn't finish the sentence, so you're fine.
Yep. There's no period.
That will work.
Say it.
Yes.
I'm gonna attack with the great axe.
Okay.
It's 19 and 14.
They will hit.
Sweet. Damage time. Cha-cha, smooth. 8 damage.
8 damage? Okay. So your battle axe is going to, bite into him a little bit, and he is staggered, but he has not fallen. So Abdul, it will now be your action.
Stupid poo-poo. I say that in character.
Yes, yes. Of course, naturally, really.
Yeah.
As I see that this man is bullying people, I would like to intervene and begin a fake. Now
Okay.
I shall attack with my Morning Star. Very good. 19.
A 19 will hit, yes.
Epic sauce.
So roll damage.
I will do that. 7 damage.
7 damage? Okay. So you swing your Morning Star down, and it just bites into his skull, and he just goes down hard. And as he's falling, he's turning back into a full jackal, and it's now just a corpse of a jackal standing there.
Can I skin the
Time
jackal?
for an autopsy.
Never mind. Oh,
Okay.
you're killed.
I'd like to perform dissection.
Okay. How long are you gonna take with that?
Why don't you just take him in the cart with us?
An hour.
Take him in the
1
cart with
hour?
us.
Do it in the cart.
Do it in the cart.
Yeah, do it while we travel.
We'll give you space.
Yeah. Is that okay, DM?
Yes, that will work.
Can I
There's
meditate?
adequate room. You aren't carrying too much cargo with you.
Can I meditate while I drive the cart?
If you're
No,
gonna-
I'm gonna say you're
Okay,
focusing
that's
on
what I-
driving the
yeah,
car.
okay.
Yes.
Hey, Mr.
I'm going back in the
Mr.
battle
Bard.
bus. Vinny.
Mr. Vinny, do you think that you could meditate with this, what was it called?
Dylan already
Medicine
meditated
for
with
the
it.
tax. That is a warlock.
Yeah,
buff.
he already
know what
knows.
it is.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I would like to drag the body into the cart.
You're dragging the body into the cart. Okay, that will work.
Can I inspect the tree corpses, the bushes?
Yeah, I mean, really, what they look like now is just dead trees. They don't appear to be anything else.
Can I yell to the party? Grab them for firewood.
Okay.
They're not wood.
Oh, wait, they
They're
are.
bushes.
They're
Yes.
bushes.
It's dead.
they're
It's dead stuff, so we
wood
can technically
twigs,
use it
stuff
for
like that.
a bonfire. and make it
Yeah.
easier.
Let's make a big bonfire and have the rabbit that we caught earlier for dinner.
Later.
So
on
as
our
you
way
guys
on our journey.
are
Exactly,
picking
for
up
dinner.
these trees, some hollows in them make a rattling, and out of a few fall some very bright gems.
Rattly bone.
I want
Gimme,
to
gimme, gimme.
I'll take a gem.
Okay.
How many?
There's 1. There's 2.
I'll take a
Ah.
gem.
4.
I'll take another gem.
5.
You're not there.
I'll
You're
take
back at
another
the
You're
cart.
at the cart.
That's true. You are at the cart.
I
You don't
walked
even know
up.
what's happening. That's metagaming.
I'll take his
Right,
gem.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
I'll take the gem that he was
So
going
it was 1, 2, 3, 4,
I'll take it.
5,
I'm just gonna start walking.
I mean, if there's another, I guess.
6,
I'll take another.
7. That's the end of all of the gems.
Are they like pop rocks?
Huh?
They pop rocks? You put
No.
them in your mouth, they
So
pop
you
around?
took 2, correct? Okay.
Uh,
So you picked up a gem that it's a very strange deep blue. It has a slight mottled tone to it, and it's quite opaque. And then the second gem that you picked up was a very deep and vivid black. Z, the 2 gems that you picked up were a translucent brown gem with what appears to be a very tint of gold within the center of the gem, and an opaque blue with just a tiny hint of green within it. And Argesh, the 3 gems that you picked up, they have an appearance of translucent pink with very minimal green markings on it, an opaque dark blue with some light markings and yellow flecks on it, and a very, very transparent pale blue.
Out of character, do you want to share the stuff with the party? Since we all...
Yeah, you deserve that.
I was asking genuine questions. We all contributed.
Yes, we all contributed.
Wait, so is the dead?
Andrew contributed most of all.
Is the dead thing in the form of an animal completely now?
It is a jackal, yes.
Because
I would like to attempt to bite one of these stones.
Mr.
Bite one of the stones?
I would like to attempt to, yes.
Okay, so as you bite this stone, it just feels hard. Really,
It's a
you get a
stone?
slight toothache for a little bit.
So
Nothing really happens.
So at least know it's not pop rocks.
I'm going to
Okay.
extend one of my spell slots.
Wait.
Oh, sorry. I missed your damage.
Z, go for it.
Is there room on the cart for shotgun seats?
No, I'm afraid not.
Is there room where I can sit and focus on something?
As of now,
I was
or,
sitting there.
yes, Abdul is
earlier.
performing an autopsy. Huh?
No, but earlier I was sitting next to Jacob
Yeah,
at the
there's
front.
a small.
Okay,
Like
so
on the
there's room for
front
shotgun, yes.
Alright, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna start taking out bones from the rabbit and making forks, knives, and spoons.
Okay,
Damn, you're skilled.
That's what I'm
I'll
gonna
have
do
you-
for a dream.
I'll have you roll survival to be able to do that.
Currently?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to sit on the very top of the cart.
It doesn't support weight like that.
21.
Get
What
off
if I lay
that.
on? What if I lay on it and disperse my
Hey,
weight?
get off my cart.
Huh?
21.
Yes, you'll be able to make tools.
Can I look at the gems while walking?
Yeah.
I'm going to extend a spell slot and cast Detect Magic on one of my
Okay.
stones.
So as you just focus your inner magical energy, you strum. What instrument do you have again?
Harmonica.
As you play this harmonica to focus your magical energies, you feel absolutely nothing coming from this gem, but around you, you feel slight magic energy coming from the rod that Z picked up and the swords that Rin and Abdul picked up.
So these are just money.
Huh?
I'm getting
Question.
You will probably be able to sell them, yes.
Has my sword said anything for this entire encounter?
No, not as of yet.
Your sword sucks.
Hey guys! African combat round! Frederick seems really happy to you guys. He seems really happy that you guys were able to get through combat alive.
About what time of day is it?
It's still roughly mid-morning. Combat, it was a short fight.
I would like to
I'm
seize
down the
my
trail, bro.
scimitars and walk back to the wagon cart.
Frederick says
Let's
from
start
afar.
You're starting to walk?
We're gonna start moving.
You guys continue moving to Pholas, and you're very close to the capital as you guys are just beginning to get tired for the day. No, you're not there yet. You're still a few hours away, and you're going to be turning in for the night.
Mrs. Wren, since you did not use that scimitar that you have, I would like to offer you these 2 stones for that scimitar you have.
That sounds like a fair deal to me.
Alright, here you go.
Here
This,
you go.
ma'am.
So, Rin, make sure to note that those gems have an opaque mottled blue appearance and an opaque black appearance.
And then one of the scimitars, yeah, +1, correct?
Yes.
Do I know her?
Yes.
And there goes my
Can I,
shotgun saber.
Yes.
Which was it starting to become nightfall now?
Yes, it is.
Can
It
I
is
cast-
now past dusk.
Okay, can I cap, is the horse still awake? Or the
No,
mule, sorry.
the mule is
Thank you.
turned in. It's very tired from the day's
I'm
travels.
gonna cast a good berry.
Goodberry? I'm not familiar.
1d10 of berries,
No, it's
they
up to
heal up to 10. Or 1.
You just choose how many, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna get 10. They will nourish you for 1 day,
Okay.
and heal 1 HP for berries.
Okay.
So and the magic lasts for 24 hours. So next dusk, there's
Still berries.
but just not
Home
magical.
homebrew thing for a good berry, like you should have it so that the berry that you use gets consumed when using the berry, because it gets really the sprig should be consumed when
Yeah.
it's used. 'Cause
That's
it-
how
it-
components work, yeah.
It isn't for
You
good
said with
berries,
arcane
okay?
focuses that's not going to do unless it has a bull cost.
Good berries
No,
are weird.
material components are always consumed.
The sprig of mistletoe isn't normal. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, the
it's
sprig of
really,
bizarre.
was also like an arcane
It's-
focus.
It's
Oh.
really weird. It's not normally consumed. What I'm saying is we should
Okay.
have it.
How much XP do we gain?
That
from
works
that?
for me.
Because otherwise, you just
Huh?
get one sprig.
How
of
much
You get
XP?
550 XP.
So we're at 850 then?
Yes, you're at
No,
850 total.
It
Yeah.
makes it harder. That better. Okay, how much XP?
550.
So we're at
Question, does
850.
this mean
Correct.
it's time for a break?
It is not time for a level up.
The
Or
rest
like a
of it.
break?
A break? Yes, for sure.
Like a dinner break?
Okay. So as you guys are turning in for the night, the ambiance of the forest sets you at peace. You're all honing your blades, cleaning your armor, and turning in for the night.
I'm gonna take first shift.
First shift,
How close are we?
second. You're only a few hours.
I say we always have the same shifts,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
So he's first, I'm second, I think.
I'm third.
You're third, I think you're fourth. Sure. You're fifth, he's last.
Okay.
I think that's what we
Yeah.
decided.
And as you all turn in for the night and start taking your shifts on watch, you settle into a peaceful sleep, and you prepare for your journeys tomorrow.
Not the Robotnik.
So it's spell slots restored.
Yes, spell slots restored.
This is
And
just out of character. Do you think in town I could get a pearl worth at least 100 gold pieces?
maybe.
Yeah,
Okay, so you guys all go to sleep, and we'll see you guys in the morning. As our brave adventurers awake from their fitful night or their peaceful night's rest, and Ost is just waking everyone up from his last shift. You're all preparing. You're getting your armor on, getting your weapons together, and you're preparing for the last stretch of the journey to Pholas. And is there anything you guys would like to do in camp, real quick? Just any prep?
I would like to prepare the following spells.
You prepared spells already, haven't you?
I have to do that at the beginning of every
No.
Only if you're saying them.
If you change your prepared list, then you do.
Well, I haven't prepared anything yet.
Then you should probably prepare those real quick, yeah.
Purify food
Okay,
and drink.
okay.
Can I give a
And
singular
cure
good berry?
wounds.
Huh?
And cure wounds.
Cure wounds,
Those are
okay.
my only spells for now.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna give a singular good berry to everybody,
Okay.
including the mule.
So everyone gets a good berry, and the mule gets a good berry.
You should probably eat it. It will sustain you for the day.
I am going to eat.
So
my
there have
good
now
berry.
been 7 good berries eaten.
I'm gonna eat the Gucci berry.
Oh, Frederick.
What?
Talking about Frederick.
Does Frederick want a good berry? Does Frederick want a good berry?
Do you guys smell
I'll put
that?
one in his mouth. Yeah.
Do you guys smell that?
Where
I
does it
think
go?
I think it smells like Frederick's rotting.
Where does it go, Frederick? Where's the exit, Frederick?
Just the berry kind of plops down.
Just kind of goes.
Falls onto the floor.
Frederick's
And the
kinda
magic
being a
is
little
now gone
smelly.
out of the berry. Frederick
Okay,
has
got
consumed the magic.
He has 1 HP.
Yes, Frederick now has 1 temporary hit point. Okay, so as you guys are collecting yourselves, getting ready for the journey, you're getting the mule all hooked up to the wagon,
Did
and
we just wake up?
Yeah.
you
No,
woke up,
we're
you've been getting
sleeping.
ready, and all of that.
Do we have to dawn?
Huh?
You already saw
It's
the-
happened.
Okay.
You've put all your armor on, you've grabbed your weapons, all of that.
And we point.
But have you zoinked?
I would like to pray for my God.
Okay.
That's
I would
right.
like to do my prayers.
Prayers? Okay.
That's
prayers.
right next to
please,
Diddly's
pray.
kids.
Pray for us.
I'd like to move to the town.
Well, Abdul is going to pray for us real quick.
So here in my garage, I just got this new Lando. And you know what I like more than this Lando? Knowledge. That's my prayer.
Brilliant.
Amen.
An amazing prayer. There's you have a slight feeling of confusion within the back of your mind. You can only hope to interpret this as Yulkeen Sayre's confusion as to what this Lambo
It's only
is.
named the donkey.
Okay,
It's a
okay.
mule.
Not a donkey,
It's
it's
a
a
mule.
mule.
You
or
feel
donkey,
the-
the same thing. No. Yes.
You
It's
feel
different.
the
Very different
confusion
genetic
within your
structures,
mind
different.
lift, and you feel very refreshed. You feel very connected to Yulkeen Sayre. Okay. And if there's no further
I'm going to
campsite
cast,
actions,
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals on the wheel and ask him how's his day going.
I said I just woke up.
Damn.
Man, I just
How
woke
about your
up.
previous days with this guy?
Man, I just woke up.
Okay. No.
Are there any further in-campsite actions before you all head out for the day?
Yeah, I want to sit on my cart
Okay, you're now sitting on the wagon.
behind the wheel.
Yep, you're behind the wheel.
Wait, there's a wheel on the
There's a
wagon.
wheel on a horse.
Behind the reins.
Okay,
I said what I meant
so
to say.
assuming no further in-campsite actions, you all are setting out on your travels for the day, making the last leg of the journey to
While
Pholas.
we're going there, I'm gonna bust out my harmonica and play a nice tune and give Frederick a bardic inspiration.
That's amazing.
Oh, I still have my bardic inspiration from the
I'm
other
pretty
day.
sure it wears
it
off.
wears off in
for 4
like-
hours.
Okay. Thought it did.
Your harmonic tune with this bardic magic it inspires the Frederick. It inspires Frederick with your melodic harmonica playing. And a few hours later, you are approaching Pholas. There's been nothing eventful on the last leg of the journey, and as you get there, you realize there's a commotion of some sort. It seems that everyone's moving around inside the capital. And as you enter through the main gates, nothing is stopping you. There's no guards or anything, and all of the civilians, all of the guards, everyone is moving in what seems like a central direction.
That's dope. We don't have to pay to get in.
Huh?
That's dope. We don't have to pay to get
You
in.
do not have to pay to get in, no.
I want to follow the crowd.
You're gonna follow the crowd?
I'm gonna follow the crowd.
Can I ask
Okay.
what's going on to one of the peoples?
As you ask a passersby, they just go, "Ministers, gathering at the amphitheater,"
Can I ask?
and they keep rushing along.
Wait, we should probably go see what's going on at that amphitheater.
I'm already following.
I would like to say, what's all the commotion?
They say, "The ministers, they're gathering at the amphitheater,"
What does that
Not
mean?
yet.
and they all keep moving. Okay,
I'm gonna bring the cart to the stables and go to the amphitheater.
okay.
I'd like to.
I'm not the horse.
Because we don't have a horse, silly, and this is really such your cart.
Bring the Lambo to the city.
I know you're not used to this kind of cart.
You mean the garage?
Yeah, we're gonna put Lambo in the garage.
Okay, so am I to assume that everyone is following the crowd in some capacity?
I'm
Yes,
ahead of
sir.
I'm
everybody
gonna
else.
kind of split off from the party.
I am
A little bit?
following the
I'm
crowd.
going to use a spell slot and cast disguise self on myself, and just look like a normal civilian.
Okay, you can
What's
see,
all this come?
you can just feel people shy away from you a little bit as that happens. You strike up your harmonica, and they glance over and they just see your armor just disappear. And they're all very clearly puzzled, but no one really says anything of note.
Can I walk with a little bit of a limp?
Yes, of course. So everyone's following the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like
Okay.
to use sleight of hand to steal some money.
Uh,
JK, was fine.
Okay. So as you all enter the amphitheater from relatively different times, I think maybe a few of you through different gates, you all end up clustered right around in the back. The crowds are filling in the amphitheater very quickly, and soon there's no more room remaining. The crowds are milling around a little bit. People are chatting. They're wondering what all is going on here. And on stage, you all can see.
What all is going on here?
Huh?
What all is going
Well,
on here?
would you let me set the scene, please?
Okay.
So you all can see
First,
up
I'd
on.
like to know what all is going on.
So as you can enter the amphitheater, you notice that on the stage in the center, you could say, there is a circle of 6 chairs, as well as to the left there is an empty chair, and to the right there is an empty chair.
I just want to yell into the crowd. They're playing musical chairs.
As you
Are these the Knights of the Round Table?
As
Where's
you-
King Arthur?
as you yell that they're playing musical chairs, one of the people that saw you playing your harmonica goes, "Yeah, of course you'd think that, bard."
When?
When what?
When did I ask?
I don't know.
There's a bard?
You're nowhere near them.
Oh, I'm not, damn it.
Yeah, you're a good ways away. You wouldn't be able to hear them,
buddy.
especially over all of the chit chat going on through the crowds.
I wanted to make fun of the bard.
I
Yes.
hear chit chat.
You do hear chit-chat.
Who's chit
What,
chat?
what is chit?
All of the crowd.
What is chit chatting
That's-
about?
That's the
Huh?
What is chit chatting about?
The ministers.
Chit-chatting is about what's going on right now. You know,
Who's
why we're gathering, what the ministers want to say to them.
Is there a chit?
And does anyone know anything?
No one knows anything. No.
They're all stupid.
I would like to wait for the
I
ministers
will have
to
to
come out.
wait and observe.
Okay. So, assuming you all are waiting for a little bit, after a few minutes, the ministers, you would assume, 6 robed figures walk out on stage and fill the 6 chairs in the center stage, and they will not hear you.
I want a cat.
Okay, do it.
has a nice bow.
And after these 6 robed figures take their seats, a very stoic look.
6 of them.
There are 6
Sorry.
of them.
They have one too many chairs.
Huh?
They have one too many chairs.
No, there were 6 chairs in the middle. One
It's a
on the
weird
right,
game of
one on the
musical
left.
chairs.
Huh?
It's a weird game of musical chairs.
Then
Oh,
shortly
exactly.
shortly after they sit down,
You take your chair.
shortly shortly after they sit down, a very stoic looking warrior, you can assume, with blue and white armor and a shield, takes the seat to the left of the ministers, and the
Too
chair on the
many
right
chairs.
remains empty.
Need too many
Dude,
chairs.
it's reverse musical chairs.
So-
one of the chairs.
So as everyone on stage takes their seats, the crowd begins to quiet. People stop chatting a little bit, and the amphitheater begins to calm. People aren't walking around, really. Everyone is waiting for whatever these ministers have to say.
Interjection.
Yes?
I would like to record
Objection, Your Honor.
these events in my dictionary
Okay.
I don't think
Zero.
that's what a dictionary is.
in the margins.
That's how he noted the fight as well.
Got it.
He wrote it in the margins of the dictionary.
Is he just like doodling it a little bit?
I'm not sure. Can you please describe to us how you're taking notes here?
Really small, just like going line by line. So like above each dictionary line, there's
Okay.
like, a line of writing.
So if someone
What
were to
hand
take
are
your
you writing
dictionary and read between the lines, they'd see a story.
Yeah, they'd have to read every other.
Okay.
What,
So reading
what
between
hand
the
are you
lines.
writing with?
I did not build that part of my character yet.
Okay.
I asked
So-
a question, young man.
And you're not anywhere near.
So as the crowds quiet down, the minister in the leftmost chair stands and begins to speak. He speaks with actually a very loud voice for someone of his apparent age, projecting to nearly the entire amphitheater, you would assume, and everyone's able to hear him. He says in a
He's using foundry. Clergy.
Jesus Christ.
he says, Regisans, it is with great sorrow that I must inform you that our court mage has disappeared. Archmage Poe has been a friend to many of us through his years, and his disappearance brings great unease to my heart. He was a powerful mage, and for him to disappear must be an ill omen for our nation. We are offering a 500 gold piece reward for any citizen who has true and actionable information on his recent activities, as well as his possible whereabouts. To anyone who can find and return the Archmage to safety, a 5,000 gold piece reward and our personal gratitude will await you.
What's Poe's body shape and is he racing out of camera?
You can't talk to them.
I know, I'm asking you out of character.
I'm not going to be answering those questions as of now.
Darn it.
Question that is sort of a retcon, sort of. As a member of the Church of the Old Kings there, do I recognize who my minister is?
Yeah, so he's actually the one in the rightmost chair.
Okay, next to the empty chair?
Yes.
Yeah, who's that empty chair for?
Yeah, it's
mage.
for me.
You would assume it's for the court mage, the one who is missing.
They
Oh,
know
the
he's
panda.
missing. Why would they put a chair out?
To maintain continuity from previous amphitheater addresses.
Can I see any symbol on the armored guy?
No, it's just a blue and white color scheme.
Do any of the symbols on your staff is not one?
Wait, what color scheme is your
I don't
Sayer minister?
There is no color scheme for the ministers themselves.
Oh, it's
The
just
gods
the
themselves
city.
do not have colors or explicit symbols associated with them, as each individual practices their faith with this god in their own particular way. So as this minister finishes his speech, you can hear people murmuring in the crowd. People close to you they're expressing shock about, wow, that's a large reward. They've never seen something to this scale happen before within Regisan. And after a few moments of murmuring within the crowd, the soldier in blue and white armor stands and moves to center stage, and the crowd quiets again. And he calls out, "The United Forces would like to make it clear that there is no present danger to Regisan, or any nation at this moment. The Darklands have not pushed an offensive for a number of weeks, and their forces are massing at the border. However, the United Front can give information and assistance to any brave soul who wishes to search for the Archmage. Our soldiers have set up encampments around the area, and have begun searching for any sign of the Archmage. Our headquarters within the city will be open for those wishing to aid in the search. Thank you all for coming at this time, and tell those who could not make it today what you have heard. It is vital that we learn what has happened to the Archmage." And then he returns to his seat. The amphitheater is just eerily silent, and you can just hear his armor clanking as he sits down, everyone just in shock at the disappearance of this mage.
So I try to go forward in the crowd, like try to go to the top so I can talk to the minister.
No, it's far.
All
It's way too far.
Well, if it's quiet, can't we just say something?
You can shout something out, yeah.
What should we say?
Is anyone going to shout something out in the moment?
I'm a brave soul!
Yeah, you are, sweetie.
The United Front soldier turns around and says, "Come to our headquarters. I'm sure we'll have an assignment for you."
Where's your headquarters?
2 blocks that way.
Sounds good.
Meet you there.
See ya!
Everyone around you in the crowd is just kind of staring at you because they've
Now
never seen...
that everybody's staring at me, I would like to dismiss
You
my
look kind of
disguise.
thick.
Okay, so now they all see just armor and weapons appear on you, and everyone surrounding you scrambles backwards, and guards instantaneously emerge from the crowd and say, "Why do you have weapons on you?"
They're in the seat.
Can
Why
I use
were
it-
you
can I
concealing
intimidate?
them?
Can I use intimidation?
You're not
Don't
near
even
him.
hear me.
What's the guy from the
Why
Witcher
were you
again?
concealing your
Jason?
weapons?
Because I am a warrior, and I always keep my weapons on me in case someone tries to attack me. I mean no harm to you and your people. I come in peace.
Keys.
What is this image you just made with your hand? Are you casting a spell? Are you bewitching me?
I'm a bard, so I have to have my instrument.
Okay.
That worked.
It worked.
And as all of this commotion dies down, the civilians start leaving through the entrances and exits of the amphitheater, and the ministers and the United Front soldier file off stage. Now, soon enough, you are among very few people left in the amphitheater, and you can very easily locate each other if you would choose to do so.
Come hither.
What's up?
I'm gonna go over to Logan.
Okay?
Sam.
I mean, Vinny.
My homie Vinny.
Alright, so I say we go to the headquarters.
Yeah,
That's a good
yeah.
idea. Good idea, Frederick.
I would like to
Have fun ideas.
venture to search for my minister.
The
Just
ministers
give it to
filed
him, bro.
off stage, and you don't actually know where they've gone.
I bet the ministers
Yeah.
are with the soldiers.
Possible.
Hey Z.
Huh?
Can I join Freddy with you?
Sure.
I'm gonna transform
Hey, I
into
got
cat.
That English was very
Yeah, we're good.
I'm gonna transform into cat and follow by the shoulders.
Okay. Huh? Going to the United Front. Okay, so are you guys going to the United Front as Vinny suggested?
I thought we were going to the headquarters.
That's what
That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
where
sure.
I want to go.
Okay. So as you all venture those 2 blocks that United Front soldier pointed out to Logan, you see a number of very rudimentary armored civilians. As Vinny,
Oh,
sorry.
Sorry, you confused me.
As you venture to the United Front headquarters, you can see people with very ramshackle and rudimentary armor and weapons amassing at this building, and they're all probably just wannabe adventurers, lived in Pholas all their lives, and just want a sweet gold reward at this time.
Noobs.
Okay.
Can I just like kind of like do like a cat slap onto his face, just like a not like her, just like
Yeah. You have now lightly cat slaps. Z.
Can I hardly cat slap him?
You're not, or you are a cat. That's right. Go for it. Okay. As you all push through the crowds, because they're really quite pushovers. In all honesty, they don't seem to hold their own very well. And as you all push through the crowds, you enter the United Front headquarters, and
As I enter, I wanna be first, and I just wanna storm into the doors and say, I am the brave soul that you have summoned!
We're the ones who keep them in check.
Nope!
so as you enter the
Kick you in the back of your shin.
it just appears that scribes of some sort are in this room here, and all of them just give you kind of a funny look. They have no clue what you're talking about, and one of them speaks up and goes, "Excuse me, what are you talking about?
Where's Papa Smurf?
Who is Papa Smurf?
The blue one.
We have a lot of blue people here.
The big blue one. Papa Smurf. Not little Smurfs. Where's Papa?
We don't have a general in this headquarters.
Where's what's his face? He said to come this way.
Oh, he'll probably be venturing this way."
Where's Papa Smurf?
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yes.
Do you know where the ministers live in this town?
The ministers live in the ministerial building. That's approximately 3 blocks that way, just past the amphitheater.
Do you need a handkerchief?
Thank you, sir.
Why do you say that?
You sound very nasally. Might you clear your nostrils? Do you need a handkerchief?
I'm talking just how I always talk.
Oh, my apologies, sir. It sounded like you were stuffed up.
You're trying to insult me, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm trying to look out for your well-being. I'm a good citizen.
Sir, I'm very sorry. I mean, mentally he disabled.
Wait, is
Sorry,
he
that's
behind a
right.
counter or something?
Yeah, he's behind a small desk.
I'm gonna jump from the desk.
You're gonna jump on it. Oh, right, you're in a hat.
And just kind of lay down.
And this,
Not on any papers, just like on
this
anything.
scribe just kind of tentatively reaches out a hand and starts petting
Oh,
you.
wow,
Because you would assume this scribe likes pets.
Are you gonna purr?
No, I'm not gonna yet.
Okay.
Are you gonna moan?
Right.
So-
Shit your pants, maybe. Maybe shit and cum.
Is there anything else you guys would like to say? Because you really have just confused these scribes.
So, this wasn't the right building?
No, this is the United Front headquarters.
That's where they told me to be.
So where are the soldiers?
Yes.
Down here.
So you're here to aid in
Where
our
is the
search
front?
for Archmage Poe.
That's correct.
Okay. Can you wait just a moment?
Why is
People
the
really
plate
weren't
at the
supposed to
front?
come in through closed doors.
My apologies, sir. I will wait.
Okay. As you all are waiting for the soldier to arrive, the scribes are just kind of looking at you. There's not really much they can do.
I would like
and-
to speak to the scribe.
Okay.
What exactly does this job entail?
It could be anything. You could be combing forest. You could be looking for tracks. You could
No,
be
I'm talking about your job.
my job. Oh, I take notes predominantly.
That's a lot like
Secretary.
I'm gonna meow the
So
guy
you like
again.
knowledge.
To a degree. I mean, this really it's just to pay
Are
the
you
bills.
religious?
No.
What's your feeling on Lamborghinis?
What? I'm not familiar. Can you enlighten me?
No.
Okay. Quite rude.
Show us to the front, please.
Front.
The real front.
This
United
is the
one?
United Front building. This is our
The front of the
headquarters
battle.
The
within
front of the
Pholas.
battle. We want to get there.
Yeah.
That would be within to Spain against the Darklands.
Hush,
If you're
booty
here
boy.
to aid in the search for Archmage Poe, you'll have to wait just a moment for our captain to arrive.
And
Where's Papa
if we'd
Smurf?
like to
Yeah, I'm just gonna like kind of pot him to make him pet me again.
Yeah, so as you meow, this guy, he just goes, oh, okay, and then starts petting you again.
Okay. Okay, Jenny.
me when a cat meows.
Oh, okay. Okay, Jenny. Jenny, why
is Bubba on his boat?
Okay, after just a few minutes, the captain, who you've learned from the scribe, he walks through the doors, and as he sees this,
Oh, hey, Papa Smurf.
as he sees this group of 5 adventurers and a cat and a rabbit carcass, he is kind of taken aback visibly. What are you doing here?
Hey,
As
Papa
he walks
Smurf.
in, I'm gonna jump down and transform back into myself and wink at the guy.
Just
to
the
freak him
scribe,
out.
the scribe just immediately stands up and runs out of the room.
Magic.
Was that in character?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay. The captain immediately just goes, "Yes, that is magic. Yes."
What's up, Papa Smurf? You took a while.
Who is Papa Smurf?
You.
I'm not.
Yeah,
That is not my name. Except that's not my name.
It's
See.
okay.
I'm really having a hard time putting it together because if
it's okay, Papa.
if
It's
my
okay.
memory of the multiverse goes correctly, the Smurfs is a comic strip from a planet called Earth, and Papa Smurf is blue and red, not blue and white.
That's okay.
Someone
You're
likes
Papa Smurf.
knowledge.
You can be Grandpa Smurf.
Sounds like you know a lot. You like
Uh,
knowledge.
I've had some travels around the multiverse, and
What's your opinion on Lamborghinis?
Are you
I
religious?
do not know what a Lamborghini is.
But you
Care
know
to
what the
enlighten
Smurfs
me?
are.
Yes.
No, I don't care to enlighten you.
Quite rude, I must say, but to each their own.
Okay, Papa.
Oh,
So the captain says, "So are you here to aid us in our search for Archmage Poe?"
yes,
We
I am
are.
the brave soul that you have summoned.
Okay, so you're the upstart from the crowd.
That is correct.
We're the ones that normally shut him up.
That is
Didn't seem like you did a good job of that over at the
That is
amphitheater.
This
correct.
is,
Fuck off. Did you not see him disguise himself into a crowd? And then undisguise
No, I
himself?
didn't see that.
He undisguised himself and got
I was in the.
got-
Have you ever seen a sea of people? Anyone else see what individual?
Sir,
Yes.
excuse
You
me,
kinda
sorry
crossed a sea,
about my
no?
speaking, but what do you want us to do for a mission?
Well, we've been having reports of some
like
sort of
shady.
magical activity from
Like
Dassault
other is-
in the southwest. We aren't entirely sure what it is as of now, but it is greatly concerning. With the disappearance of a powerful mage and some magical presence within the southwest, we need someone to go take a look at it. And
What
I
does
will
this,
be that
what does
someone.
this mage look like?
I've
black
only
and
met
white?
him in passing. He was
Is he a panda?
he's not a
Is he
panda.
the chosen one?
I don't believe he is. No.
Stop.
Now, I can't say I'm very familiar with prophecy, but I can't say that he was the chosen one.
Is this mage a wizard, or is he more of a sorcerer? Maybe a warlock?
I'm not quite sure what you're speaking of. Really, I'm not too versed in the arcane arts.
I see. So you don't like knowledge.
I can take my fair share of interesting factoids, but looking deeper than that, it really doesn't appeal to me. I am much more of a hands-on guy myself. I prefer. In my fight against the Darklands in my time, I have slaughtered many demons. That is by far my area of calling.
What is your opinion on Frederick?
Who is Frederick?
Frederick.
I have a feeling that guy might have something going on with him.
Frederick? No, Frederick's fine.
No, the guy he's attached to.
I don't know what you mean. That's just Frederick.
What?
What's your name?
He's Frederick. That's
I don't
Frederick.
really have one, but I go by Z.
Are you lost?
Now it's Redmond.
I think there's something going on with him.
Yeah, he has a big axe, so we just let him do his thing.
Okay.
He's not the only one here with that problem.
The only
Like, we
problem,
have a
I
priest.
can't speak very well. That's
I think that we should go to the battle.
Then you stop making
So,
stop
this
making fun of the
captain-
lizard.
This captain is very off-put by all of the personal conversation. He doesn't want to get too attached to people that he believes will probably die soon. So he
If I
says,
have something to do
"So
about
can
it.
I take this as your word that you will go investigate what is going on and dissolve
That is correct.
Yeah, sure. We're supposed to investigate.
whatever's going on there. We aren't sure what's going on exactly. We just
Where
know
are we
that there is
going?
some sort of magical activity. Dissolve, it is a fairly large coastal city in the southwest, if you're familiar.
Say, do you have a map by chance so we could map out our conquest?
I do. I would have.
That is not the words you want to use.
Shut up.
I would have to.
I'll take it.
I would have to fetch this map from my personal quarters, which are located across town. But if you
Personal
return
quarters,
tomorrow, I would
you
be
say?
happy to give you a map.
I will be here tomorrow.
All right. So I can count on you to get the job done.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As high as you can count.
I can count to 325.
Okay.
That's really impressive.
1,
Apologies.
2, 3, 4,
All right.
5.
And on that note, our adventurers leave the United Front headquarters, and as they're kind of wading their way through the sea of wannabes outside, the sun begins to set, and our adventurers begin to search for a place to spend the night. Thank you for tuning in to episode 2 of Low Budget D&D, the Regisan Mage. Hopefully you'll join us for our next episode, and for now, have a good time, I guess.
378.